so much, first of all, for the compliment. Yes, we are getting great response from people, and the comments are just overwhelming at times. Honestly, I did not think. I knew that it is going to connect with people, but I didn't know that this is the kind of comments people are going to write. It's really heart touching to see people are writing that, thank you, Shama ma'am, for making this show. Because of you, I didn't give up. I think that's the biggest victory for me. That's why I made this, and if that is happening, then my job is done. इतने सारे comments है, like they all actually bring tears in my eyes, because I made this with so much heart, and if it's touching their heart, like there's nothing better for me. That's the biggest gift they can give me. And so I want to thank you all for watching and writing those comments, because when you write that, I come to know whether you're liking it or not liking it, or what you're liking and what you're not liking. Expression is also a way of getting away from depression. When you express, you stay away from all these illnesses or problems in your life, because then you are clear. So thank you for being expressive, and thank you for writing all those beautiful comments. Gaurav has been my friend for a long time. I've known him. We were neighbors. We used to live in Malad together, and first I used to think he's a very snobbish guy. I used to think, like, he doesn't talk to anybody because he comes across as like, what. But the moment I spoke to him for the first time, we met in a party, and he came across as a very, very simple, sweet gentleman. And I was like, I had this wrong perception of a guy, and how silly of me to even think like that, because without even talking to him, I just made this judgment just by looking at him that he's a snob. But he's not, and that taught me something in life. Gaurav has been my friend since then. We've had such great conversations together. Long conversations, spiritual conversations, rubbish conversations. Like we've just had fun, and nobody would ever try to please each other, or nobody ever tried to sort of our friendship was just it was just effortless. And when I thought of acceptance, I wanted a friend who can understand me and my process, who knows me, and also it's just one day shoot. In this series, we've shown that the girl and the boy has been dating for a long time, and now it's time for them to take the relationship forward. So I wanted something who knows me from before. ऐसा कोई नहीं हो कि आज आया है and आज तो figure out कर रहा है कि क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है. So I wanted somebody who I know from before, and Gaurav was the only one who I could think of, and he matches my persona also. So I needed somebody who's a little who compliments me on screen. So yeah, that's how Gaurav's name came, and he was very sweet. Instantly, it came, and I just called him, and he was ready. He, in 5 minutes, he said, "You don't have to tell me anything. Just tell me where to come." So that's very, very sweet of him to do. To trust another actor who's also a producer of the show. To trust the other person, to handle you. Knowing that it's her idea, it's her thought, and she's the heroine of the whole thing. It was very sweet of him. He came with a very surrendering attitude of a friend, which I just loved. Yeah. No, yeah, Friday just ended up just before my birthday, so ऐसा कोई thought नहीं था. I wanted acceptance to come a little later, when people are used to Abdul Ki Sunn and they know what we are trying to say, because acceptance is the smallest film, probably one of the shortest, but it raises a very big question. It raises a question where which is lacking not only today, but it has been lacking since forever, and it's high time that we think about it. And I have gone through it in my life, and I have thought about it, and only by accepting it, I became a better person. So it is about truth. We expect everybody else to speak the truth, but are we ready to listen to the truth? Are we ready to accept it? Are we ready to understand it? That's what acceptance is all about. So yeah, it's a short film, but it raises a very big question, so I wanted it to come a little later. So it just ended up just before my birthday. It doesn't only deals with depression or bipolar, it deals with humanity today. everything that happens, even depression even depression that is happening in the world, why is it happening? Because there are certain problems with human nature that we need to correct, and because of those problems, these kind of things exist, like depression or bipolar. What is all these? What are these? These are just fluctuations in your brain. And why do they happen? Because your body or your brain cannot take a particular kind of stress that has been given to you by your family, or it could be your friends, or it could be the society, it could be people around you. We have a habit of judging everybody in one way, but each person is different, and each person is made different. They think differently, they have different wavelengths. They have they everybody have a different capacity to understand or to accept a joke or no. So one must understand, we end up hurting in an unaware status. We end up hurting each other so much that that it creates something like depression or a bipolar disorder. It can take you to that level. Now we would say, अरे क्या इतना simple तो था यार, क्या मैंने ऐसा कुछ बोल दिया. But simple चीज़ें ही बहुत बड़ी दुखदायक होती हैं. सिंपल चीज़ें ही आपको सबसे ज़्यादा दुख पहुंचाती हैं लाइफ में. सो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इट्स. So I wanted to highlight those simple things in Ab Dil Ki Sunn, and so those are not just about depression and bipolar. These things are about humanity and human nature, and being conscious and being aware in what we do to each other. Well, I always love being an actor. I think that comes naturally. First, I'm an actor. I became a producer because I know the craft and I know a lot of people. I know a lot of technicians who are fantastic in their craft, and I am a very creative person. I like to make things, even when I'm acting, I'm making a character, which has been written. I'm actually putting life in it. So I like doing that. I think all humans, we all like doing that. That's why we give birth to another being, because we like to create. So yeah, that's why I became a producer. Because when I came to the industry, I always wanted to be to have my own production house, because I used to get very angry and upset when people used to treat newcomers badly, and I used to say one day I'll have my own production house in that zone, And today I have it, and I'm grateful for it, and I just feel blessed that I have it today, and I really want to make some films that can bring some kind of change in the mentality of people, because I feel that films have such a huge so much power. It can change, and because it can change in abundance, because it goes to so many people, and they watch it. Oftentimes it's just the small things that changes our mentality. किसी ने कुछ बात कही और वो हमें लग गई, और वो हमें change करता है. So when you see it in as a film, or as a short film, or as a TV show, whatever, in a film format, you are so quiet when you're watching it. Your brain is quiet. It's not giving you logics, or it's not making you think क्या बकवास है क्या नहीं है. First you're watching it, and by watching it you're absorbing it quietly. You are not talking when the film is being played, So जब आप silence में कुछ सुनते हैं तो ये it absorbs better, so people understand that better, So that's why I wanted to spread awareness about depression or whatever in a film format, so that people can understand it better. I just want to say that whatever love you've given to us till now, you need to give more love. I want everything from you. I'm very greedy when it comes to love. So if you really want that this kind of project or these kind of films should be made more often, then you need to show love, and you need to make them big, because only you can make them big. We can only make it, but your viewership, your numbers, because everything is about number in this world, unfortunately, your numbers will make sure will make other people realize, the finances, the producers realize that, oh, public really likes this, they want this kind of project, and then you will get these kind of projects more often. Because what happens is, when we go as an audience, we go and watch something crap, then only crap will be made for you. If you want something better in your life, then you must give importance to that better in your life as much as you give all the other bad things. So do watch Abdul Ki Sunn, chapter 5th, Acceptance, this Friday 3 p.m. on YouTube, Shama Sikander Films. And don't forget to press the bell icon and do subscribe.